Yes, I've done it finally. 3 days have gone by and I haven't had anything to eat. I just drank water and that's it. Hi, this is my last meal for the next 3 days and I'm going on a water fast. So if you'd like to join me and see what it's all about, why am I doing this and what I stand to benefit from this, if there's any benefits at all, stay tuned and watch this short video. If you want to master MMA fundamentals, check out my instructional called MMA Essential Lessons. In it you can learn about clinch takedowns, boxing, grappling, Muay Thai, ground and pound, Thai and puppet master clinch, escapes from inferior positions, and shooting takedowns. Check out the link in the description below. Hi, my name is Mark Fleischman from MMAcoach.net, where we teach coaches, fighters and enthusiasts how to train smart and not just hard. Today I'll be having my last meal, or my last supper, so to say, before I embark on my water fast, my first 3-day water fast. Now, you've seen what I'm eating. I'm eating some pancakes with some plum jam. Also, I'll be taking some protein as well, so it's not all unhealthy, and maybe a banana too. And so right now it's, let me see the time, it's almost 10 p.m. When I finish with this meal, it's going to be 10 p.m. So this is Thursday night and I'll be having my next meal on Sunday night, and in between I'll be only drinking water. So join me, I'll be telling you all about it during these 3 days and see how I feel, see if this is something you want to do. I'll explain on the way, I'll explain more why am I doing this, and I'll explain my previous experiences with fasts. Now, what you want to do is, you're there, same stance, take the same stance. I'm going to do, he's going to feed me jab and the cross. 1, 2. Now, he takes a step back and connects. 1, 2. Okay? Get it? So you stay in the same stance. Okay, so this is my first training of the morning. It's 7:45 and it's underway. And I'm training with my guys. This is a private session. I will have 3 more trainings today, 4 in total. And when I decided to do this fast, I wanted to be completely alone, not do anything, not train. I will still not train for these 3 days, but I will coach. And I'm coaching 4 sessions today, tomorrow, and the day after I will not coach anything. I also wanted to, okay, good, take a break and get some water. I also wanted to be away from my family so I can do this fast alone, but I will not be doing this. So it's 3 days of me fasting with the family and also coaching. So tomorrow is weekend and I will not be coaching any trainings. I will only hang out with my family, and I will tell you later why I chose to do this. There are several reasons why I chose to fast for 3 days. First of all, I've already fasted for 24 hours many times before, and together with fasting 24 hours, I also trained very hard in almost every fast I did. I think in every 24-hour fast. I did some crazy conditioning, I did some MMA sparring too, and it was never a problem. So 24 hours was, I wouldn't say it was easy. I was hungry, of course. But the training made it worse, because at the end of the day, nearing the 24-hour mark, I started feeling really lightheaded and a little bit dizzy. But I attribute that to training on an empty stomach, on such an empty stomach. So 24 hours without training would probably be easier. I wouldn't have any kind of dizziness or something. But the training actually helped me because it took my mind off the hunger. But later, of course, I got some lightheadedness. Now, why 3 days? I've been reading articles and watching videos on fasting, and each and every one of them said that it's a very healthy thing to do. And if you look at it, every religious practice around the world has fasting in it as a tool to become more introspective and get closer to God, which is not why I'm doing this. If some kind of introspection comes, great, I would love that. But I'm mostly doing this to see if I can go through with this. I think I can. So for mental toughness, because not eating anything for 3 days takes mental toughness. Also, I'm doing it for the health benefits. There are a lot of benefits, as I've heard, from not eating, which is crazy, because the food industry and the drug industry, they want to tell you that you're not enough as it is, that if you want to be healthy, you need to take this drug, that drug, eat this, that. Well, starving is one of the simplest things to do. You just stop eating. I'm not going to stop drinking. I will drink water. That's why it's called a water fast. Your body uses a lot of energy for digestion, and it's good to make it rest for a couple of days. So I've listened to people. I watched this guy, I think it's called Tim Sheaf, on London Real. He did a 35-day fast, which is incredible. The host of London Real, Brian Rose, did 3 days. A lot of other people did 3 days, so I thought, why not? Why wouldn't I do 3 days? It's not gonna hurt me. And of course, if you're sick and if you're under stress, you shouldn't be doing this. But if you're healthy, go for it. I'm not doing any blood work. I thought about doing blood work before and after, and I presume it would be much better after. I only scale myself, on my home scale, which is not accurate, and I'm expecting to lose a lot of weight because I have fast metabolism. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, it's almost 24 hours in, and I feel good. I feel better than I did when I fasted and trained hard, which is understandable because the training makes it harder. So right now I feel good. I am hungry. I admit I'm hungry, of course, but I don't feel the same level of dizziness or lightheadedness, if you will, like I did when I fasted and trained hard, which is normal, I think. So 1 day in, and right now I'm gonna do some dishes and go to bed. Tomorrow is a new day, and we'll discuss some more things about fasting. Okay, it's day 2. It's more than a day and a half that's gone by, and today I'm feeling a little bit more dizzy, a little bit more lightheaded, especially when I got up in the morning. I didn't get a good night's sleep because my kid was waking up a lot, but that's okay. Now I feel a little bit better. I tried to lie down as much as possible, and I wanted to share 2 interesting facts about fasting. Now, the first one is about Greek philosopher Pythagoras. When he went to Egypt to study in some mystical school, they told him that he can only apply after he finishes a 40-day water fast and some breathing exercises. So at first he didn't want to do it, and then later he said yes, and then he went through his fast. And later when he got back to Greece, he had the same precondition for entering his own school. The second thing I wanted to share, well, it's not a fun fact, it's more like my opinion on why we stop eating sometimes when we're sick. There are 2 schools of thought here. One says that when you're sick, you should eat so you get energy and fight disease. But I'm not so sure about this because naturally sometimes our organism, our body stops your appetite completely. And I think this is a natural defense mechanism because digestion takes a lot of energy from the body, and you need to make it rest so you can heal. Animals also stop eating from time to time when they're sick so they can get better. So I guess this is a natural defense mechanism, and a lot of science has been done behind fasting, and a lot of good things can come from fasting. I saw one guy I saw one guy on YouTube that has cured his eczema on his face by doing fasts, mostly by doing fast, but also some other things like detox juices or something like that. But he credits fasting, water fasting, as the main reason he was able to do that. Okay, here we are at my mother's pre-birthday. Tomorrow is her 68th birthday, so this is kind of like a birthday lunch. Unfortunately for me, that's my youngest. And we have some really glorious food. Sarma, which is kind of like minced meat within a cabbage roll, mashed potatoes, chicken wings.
Everything delicious. I found a bone. I found a bone because we are eating something for meat, so bone.
My lunch. It's Sunday morning, and I have successfully gone through the second day of the fast, and now I have 13 more hours left. So I'm gonna get a shave right now and tell you how I feel. I feel a little bit weak, but I feel better than I did yesterday. I guess my body is going into ketosis, and I'm starting to feel better. I had one fear. I cannot prove this. I'm not basing this on any science, but I have a fear that I might take longer to get into ketosis because I probably have more glycogen stored in my body than the normal person because of all the training. So it might take me more to get into ketosis, but I'm not sure. Don't take this seriously. I'm not sure. So 12 more hours, 13 more hours to go, and we'll see how that goes. I'm still hungry. I still want to, eat an ox, but it's manageable. And one of the things that I think it's very important is how you view things psychologically, which means that, yeah, you might be hungry, you might be tempted. I mean, here's how I would explain it. I am hungry, I'd like to eat, but I'm not tempted. What does that mean? I see food, but at no point during this whole fast did I think about actually eating. I mean, I did think about eating, but I didn't actually think about breaking the fast. So a decision must be made. So you have to be really strict with yourself, which goes for anything. It goes for your training. For example, if you must run today and you don't feel like it, you must run. That's it. You have to run. You decided and you go for a run. If you have to go for a hard sparring session, you go for a hard sparring session, no matter what. Of course, if you're injured and or sick, then it's a little bit different. And I've discussed this in some of my videos, and I've discussed this in my book on mental training, which is not available at the moment because I will be reworking it. So yeah, this is important. Decide and act. All done. Yes, I've done it finally. 3 days have gone by and I haven't had anything to eat. I just drank water and that's it. Now I'm gonna eat what my family ate at my mother's dinner, so I'm really looking forward to it. And after that I have a few more things to share with you regarding this fast and fast in general. That disappeared pretty quickly. So my final thoughts on this whole fasting thing. It's not a thing that I will probably repeat again. Maybe if I'm sick, or if I really need, or if I get so fat that I need to take some drastic measures, but I don't think that will ever happen. So I will not repeat the 3-day fast or even more days of fasting. What I will do maybe, I will maybe go back to 24-hour fast. Maybe I'll do some intermittent fasting from time to time, which I think is very good. I think this is good too. I'm very happy that I did it, but I will not repeat it again. I felt the second day was the worst. I felt the most sick. They call it the keto flu, because your body is switching from carbohydrate to ketones. So you feel really, really dizzy because your body is going through all the carbohydrates in your body, in your muscles. So I felt very sick the second day. The third day, today, was much, much better. Well, I felt sick too, but not as much. The hunger never went away. So I'm not sure if I went into ketosis or not. I probably did, or at least I did to some extent. And what I also did was avoid talking to people in close quarters, because when you don't eat anything, you develop a stench from your mouth. So I didn't want to come too close to people. And yeah, now that will go away, of course. When you think about fasting, consider a few things. Do you really need it? Is your diet healthy enough? Of course, anybody can do a 3-day fast. I think I wouldn't say it was easy. It's tough mentally, especially because I went to the lunches, as you've seen. I was feeding my kids all the time. So it's not like I was alone in the house without any food. No, that was not the case. But I think if you put your mind to it, you can do it. Now, I have a very fast metabolism. I lost about 4 kilos. I went from 85.2 to about 81.1. If my home scale is to be believed, which is not accurate at all, but at least I got some measurement. So 4 kilos gone. Not all of it is from fat, no way. But I'm satisfied that I've done this. I've even noticed when I intermittently fasted, when I fasted for like 10 hours or something, 12, and I ate, I saw that I was losing weight. So I stopped doing this. For me personally, I think the best way to consume food for performance purposes is to have many small meals a day, which gave me the best results in performance. But when you're living a normal life, when you don't train as much, you can do intermittent fasting. Also, it will depend on your genetics. It will depend on your body type. Are you an ectomorph, this tall, skinny guy? Are you a mesomorph, like a muscular, athletic guy? Or are you an endomorph, which is a guy that's very bulky, muscular, but the guy that gets fat? Something like Daniel Cormier, for example. So you have to take these things also into account, because we don't process food the same way. We don't have the same metabolism. So you have to take these things into account before you come up with a meal plan. But I encourage you to experiment. I had a nutritionist way back when, and I was on multiple meals per day every 2 to 3 hours, and it worked like a charm. I had so much energy. I performed so good, but it's not really convenient. So intermittent fasting is another way to go. It's up to you.
Many MMA champions use ground and pound as their go-to strategy. If you want to learn how to do it properly, check out my Total Ground and Pound Blueprint instructional. The link is in the description.
Let me know how you like this video, and are you going to do the fast yourself? Are you going to do maybe a 24-hour fast, or are you going to go with the 3-day fast? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, like it and share it, and you can also subscribe to my channel. And if you like a more in-depth MMA training, check out my instructionals. My name is Mark Leichner from MMAcoach.net, and I will see you again very soon.